The thing I'm struggling with most is committing to myself. I play with the idea of I just want privacy, but I know that my purpose is to share the story and share what it means to thrive after sexual assault. Chasing Serenity, I guess, isn't just about building myself. It's about what PTSD looks like in a very high functioning level, I'd have to say. It is day 274 of Chasing Serenity. We're doing great. It is October 12th. I've been home from my road trip for about 13 days. And I was right about what happened in Utah. Seasonal depression, which I can't even call it that. I don't know what to call it because it starts because of my PTSD. It's the anniversary of my first assault. And so I don't know what to call it, but we're just gonna call it seasonal depression because soon as the weather changes, so do I. And I don't like it because I was editing videos yesterday and I saw how excited I was and just enthusiastic about life and how I felt at the beach and just, it was amazing. And I'm like, I was just there. How do I just wake up and everything's gray? I thought I fixed this. I thought the plant medicine helped. It's not that easy, I guess. I think it really helped bring back some memories. It helped me see myself objectively and see where I'm at and see where I actually want to be and stop getting caught up in my own head. And so I was able to have my summers back because those are always a good time. But the deep down PTSD, things that happened for the first 5 years and then things were compounded, which I think added to the whole year being depressive. Still dealing with that. So Chasing Serenity, I guess, isn't just about building myself. It's about what PTSD looks like in a very high functioning level, I'd have to say. I start my residency October 31st. I bought a house, kind of regretting that decision because it's a lot of work. So with all the depression, all the symptoms coming back up, I have my service dog and I've been struggling with the Chasing Serenity thing. I was like, I don't want to record myself. I don't like watching the videos of me before. I'm not where I really want to be. Why would I want to put this out there? I play with the idea of I just want privacy, but I know that my purpose is to share the story and share what it means to thrive after sexual assault. Even if it's 10 years later after sexual assault, there's no time limit on when to start living and thriving. And it just happens to be 10 years for me. I'm sure it's longer, I'm sure it's shorter for others. So I want to share this story and this journey because it's not over. It's not I'm oh, I fixed it. Watch what I did, guys, or I'll tell you what I did. You're gonna watch me struggle because things are really hard for me right now. The thing I'm struggling with most is committing to myself. This whole year was about committing to myself and being selfish. And I'm seeing that that's a lot of work. I've never really done that. I've always been oh, I know how to help other people. I know what looks successful or what looks good or sounds good to me, but it's really hard for me to figure out what I truly want and what committing to myself looks like. Because I was never told that I was never taught that I was worth committing to at all. And that I'm not trying to be, that's just how it was. I play a lot with not wanting to be a victim, but then also having to identify where root causes are and be oh, I think this way and that's not right. How do I change it? And so I just don't think I'm worth committing to. I don't think I'm worth effort or luxurious things or beautiful things. And I don't know why. And I'm but I want that. I want to live in a beautiful place. I want to live in a beautiful mind. And I've been doing this whole upstairs. I gave myself a month to redo the whole upstairs before this residency started. And it's been overwhelming. And I'm a new homeowner. I'm handy, but I'm not I'm handy with cars and motorcycles. I can work on my car. I can work on my motorcycle. Houses are new. And so I was just getting to the point where I was I'm just going to pay for someone to do it. And then that gets really expensive. And I'm I can do it myself. So why am I being lazy even though I'm being overwhelmed? And all it came down to is I realized that I want to live in a beautiful, comfortable place, even if I only stay here for 2 years. Even if I want to move back to the beach in 2 years, I was I need to invest the time, effort, and energy into making a beautiful place, I'm baller on a budget. I can't just pay someone to go do it. I have to put that work in. And it kind of reflects to my mind. I want to live in a beautiful, positive place in my mind. And, I've done the plant therapy and I've done 10 years of therapy and it just hasn't worked. And I feel I've almost been giving my power away to the people. I'm can you show me how to fix this? I don't know what to do. And I've been given a lot of tools, but I don't know if I really knew how to apply them or if I thought it was worth applying. I would do the actions, but I wasn't applying it. So I was it's going to be a lot of work to make all the ways I think that are really negative and messed up about me better. How do I just think positively about myself? How do I not feel bad about spending money on myself because I feel it's not worth the investment? I want to feel that way. I want other people to treat me that way, so why shouldn't I treat myself that way? And that can get into the nitty gritty of the philosophical world of where everybody's at, where should you put your money and all this stuff. And I get analysis paralysis really, but I've just decided that I want to live in a beautiful place. I'm going to use the tools in front of me and put as much effort as I can into making this a beautiful place, into making my mind a beautiful place and living a beautiful life. I want to romanticize my life. As you can see, I'm working on it. About to go upstairs and sand ceilings and then take my psychotic dog for a walk. But yeah, I really do need to commit to myself for a full year. We have 274 days left. So, you know, if you mess up or fall off the wagon a little bit, I just have to get back to doing it. And that's like, I'm learning to commit to myself. I'm learning to see myself as worth the investment of time, energy, and money. It might not be a year process. Like right now, I want to just jump back into the gym and throw myself into jujitsu and Muay Thai and lifting and do everything I was doing, but I wasn't getting the results I wanted. I was feeling terrible. And so I was like, I need to start from the ground up. I've been doing yoga every day and push-ups and body weight stuff. And then I think I'm slowly going to transition into the gym. And then from there, maybe even a year later, get back into fighting sports. I love fight sports, but it was kind of detrimental to me. I'd wake up and feel like ass the next day. I wasn't recovering. I mean, I don't know if it was a hypothyroidism, if it was the different diets I was on, if it was because I was still having like problems with eating disorders. And so I think I really need to work on getting my mind right and building that up. I wanted it to be like this year quick, you know, down and dirty, like we're just gonna figure out what all my problems were, chase serenity, and, you know, be okay and happy the rest of my life. And it's a starting point, but it's just like this house. It's like, I cannot finish this whole upstairs in 2 weeks and get ready for my residency. I need to focus on just getting my bedroom so I can move my stuff up to the bedroom and like have a launching place and then go room by room. And, you know, do the ceilings, do the walls, come down here, decorate. Like I have to break it into chunks and do it that way. And I guess I have to do that with my mind too. I think right now it's, I actually had some flashbacks the other day after everything that happened in battle. I just broke down. I was upset because I was still getting the depressive symptoms and I thought that was gone. And then I was stressed out by her. And I was going on a walk and I started having flashbacks of when I was roofied. And I was just like, well, I thought the drugs helped both of us there, bud, but I guess I get these memories back. And it sucks, but I just had to face it. I actually reached out and called a friend and they kind of like talked me down and I thought about everything. But like, even when it started hitting me, I was trying to like distract myself. And I was like, no, like what was it? I had some memories come back and I was like, okay, it's exactly what I thought it was. And it sucks, but at least I know now, I guess. And I think the more I process those things, the more I can put it to bed, just like the first assault. So that's good. And I want to thrive. I want to live a beautiful life. I'm going to romanticize the out of my life because I only get to live it for me. Like no one else gets to live my life. No one else has my memories. And I share all this again just because if I can do it, someone else can. Like if you have been through sexual assault in the military, if you've been through sexual assault outside of the military, as a very young child, as an adult, like there's a way to thrive. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna find it. I'm figuring it out. Like I've made it this far. One thing I know I am is I'm resilient, but I'm sick of being resilient. I want to thrive and I'm figuring it out. We're gonna figure it out. So I think that's a good update for now. I'll probably do another video tomorrow in detail about like my fitness goals, or maybe another day. I don't know. We're gonna figure things out. Things are gonna be rough. Yeah, things are gonna be rough for a few months. It's really hard for me not just want to drop everything and sell the house, move into a little apartment and just train my ass off. Just work out 4 hours a day on my off days and then grind myself into the floor with work, because that's how I've always coped. I am a workaholic, and if it really helped me out in the future, it'd be great. But you know, being a laborer and just working out for like, I don't get an award for how many hours I'm in the gym. I'm not competing. I've competed before, but I'm not doing that right now. So it's like, what am I doing this for? Like, am I enjoying this or am I just running? I think I'm running. I'm tired. So I'm just gonna be methodical with that. I'm gonna stick to the yoga and body weight every day until I feel good enough to go to the gym. I'm gonna, piece by piece, get this house in order and make it beautiful and make it comfortable and make it somewhere I feel safe and happy to be. I'm really missing the beach, and part of me just wants to sell everything and go back there because that's the only place I felt good. But it was almost like, it's medicine, but I felt like it was a Band-Aid too. It just felt like you're in a different place and I could just disconnect. But the next time I go back there, and if I do live there again, I want to fully embrace it and be thriving. This is me from the ground up. Like, we're still chasing Serenity, but it's starting to feel a lot more like we just knocked her down and we're like building back up a new person. Because the last 10 years is not how I want my next 10 years to be. So yeah. We're going to continue chasing Serenity.